And what kind of TV shows are you on to now?
I'm watching too many. So my husband got me stuck on these YouTube ones, but it's about all these car shows, like putting cars together. So one's called Fab Rats, which they do YouTube, and also like Matt's Off-Road Recovery. I'm kind of addicted to them. So they put out stuff Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So
they're just strictly YouTube then.
They've got it figured out now because they got cameras everywhere, and they got a lot of people following them. But it's actually kind of neat.
You should let me know about them because we watch a bunch of other YouTubers. Yeah.
So we watched those two because my husband used to watch them like during the day when he had time down in his office. He'd stream it in the background. I'd be like, "Stop watching him so I can watch him with you," because I'm just like, "Eh." So I got him a Fab Rats T-shirt for Valentine's Day.
Aww.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun because I can learn things too watching them. But it's kind of fun just to watch other people do that kind of stuff. But I have too many other shows that I watch. I just watch too many. Like Virgin River's coming out. Yeah.
See, I stopped watching it as soon as they were figuring out if they should be together or not. So I'm way behind.
Oh boy. I just binged watched Love Is Blind, the Ohio one. They had one in Minneapolis, so that was cool.
Oh, I should watch that one.
Yeah, that was season 8, I believe. So
I like watching 90 Days Fiance.
Oh, I mean, there's so many reality shows.
And I watch the 1,000-Pound Sisters.
I know, so weird.
And then I watch Tracker. So that's not reality. Yeah, I gotta watch Tracker.
Nashville, 911 Nashville. Ooh.
I need to go watch that because I have not started watching that.
Ooh, you gotta watch last week's episode.
And then another one that we've watched was what was it called? It's a firefighter one. Oh shoot!
There's Chicago Fire. There's
no, this one's on Paramount Plus. Yeah, Paramount Plus.
Yes.
Fire Country.
Fire Country.
Fire Country. Yep. Yeah, but like watching Fire Country.
Max.
Yep. Tractor.
Sheriff Country's good too. Or
we want to start watching that. And Marshall came
out. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
If you like Yellowstone.
Yes. I do love Yellowstone.
And they got rid of Casey's wife, so we all have a chance still.
True.
My husband laughs. He's like, "Do you need me to get you a drool cup or something?" Like,
no, he did. My husband does that with Tracker. He's like, "So," I'm like, "You have other people on there," and because Tracker's his real wife is on there. Yeah. The girl that he teams up with sometimes, like on the last episode, if anyone watched it, that is actually his real wife. I'm like, so you get to check her out. He's like, she's not even on there very often, But we want high potential, so and she's super hot.
It's Justin Hartley, right? His name. So there's a guy in town here that looks just like him. He's a doppelganger. He's a little heavier, but doppelganger. Like I thought it was the same dude one time. I look at someone like, that guy looks like that guy, and he goes, "Yeah, you're right. That guy has triplets in town here." Well, they're probably grown up now because it's been a long time. But I was like,
"Wow, I need to check this guy out."
Doppelganger. I'm like, I wish I would have knew what his name was because I'd be like,
"Yeah, this guy." And you could show it, yeah. Well, and you can even give him social media highlight like this guy and this guy.
I like, you look like Justin Hartley,
Yeah. Oh man,
so bad.
That'd be nice. Yeah, so he's taken. Can't take that. But high potential. She's absolutely gorgeous. The actress on there. And...
How about Bridgerton? Do you watch Bridgerton?
No, but my sister and brother-in-law do. We've tried to watch it. We cannot make it past season 1. So
it took a little bit to get rolling, I think, but it was like I just can't stop watching it because it's almost like. I think we should just start watching it, but. I watch way too much TV, but I think that's what I just do when it's quiet and nobody needs my attention because everybody needs my attention for
forever,
11 hours a day, where I have to think for 12 different people.
It's just nice to get a shut off zone. Yeah. So that's what I do too. I'll watch YouTube favorite people and then like TV shows.
I got a little stupid like Michigan law and like Texas or Lone Star State.
Have you watched the new Matlock?
No.
The old ladies Matlock. We
did. I feel like it'll suck. It's kind of like those old ones. So.
Well, it actually was not that bad. She's a sneaky old lady. That one.
What? Our hockey team just went to Hockey State.
Yep.
Right. So and we were watching on the antenna TV because it was the easiest way to do it. Right. And I was like, wow, we really just timed over. So
the
channel that it was on, the station that it was on was playing like Three's Company.
Oh my gosh.
And like the Partridge Family
Yeah.
and whatever. I watched the Three's Company and I'm just dying of laughter. My husband's on the couch like this.
Did he find that show funny?
Well, but he's laughing at me because I'm like in tears, dying laughing, and he goes, I'm like, and it's not even that clear on the screen, but I go, I love this show. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love Three's Company.
It's like when I had COVID the first time,
Mhm.
they wouldn't let you out of a freaking, like I
Yeah,
was stuck in
back
my bedroom
then,
for
yep.
like 10 days, you know,
Yeah.
and you're like,
It's literally prison.
I can't watch anymore. I'm like, I literally watched everything I could watch on Netflix because you're just like, I can't sleep.
And then I started a new series.
So I went on the antenna TV and I was like, ooh, I remember the Magnum PI. Yeah, let's watch this. Okay. Knight Rider. Yeah.
You know what's really crazy too is that some of those shows that we watched then there weren't very many seasons.
No.
Even my husband's like, wow, I thought there was more seasons than that. I'm like, well, we were younger and everything felt like forever.
But it's like all the, like, you literally had a real car, like, on, like, strings and things, and they'd move it like this.
Yeah,
and you're like, wow, the graphics really suck. But I'm like, why am I still watching this? You know, because you're just like,
just brings you back to good
so
times.
Cool. You know, it's like you look at the old Star Wars movies, you're like,
yeah.
And
now you're like, wow.
Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy how the difference has changed. But it's like, I actually kind of prefer the old stuff now because it's like, it was at least good TV back then. Nowadays, it's just like, who's making out with who's doing what. Like, I'm like,
that's why I'm trying to get away, veering away, or making my day 50-50 of like reality to real TV shows.
So much reality TV.
Yeah, because real TV, real series of, you know, like fake stories and stuff are dying out.
Like, in my mind, okay, so I was like, hey, you know, I was watching Love is Blind. I'm like, hey, Mike, my oldest could do this. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait a minute, I would never want him to do that. So like, how does their life change after that? But it was interesting because my younger son, when I was saying he was interviewing people, it was a couple from the Love is Blind show on Netflix, right? Yeah. So, he's just the behind the camera guy, so he wasn't asking any questions or anything, but you know, it's interesting to see those people like in real life, like what was it like, you know, and you get the actual story from them. Some of it's scripted, especially those dating shows like The Bachelor's. Well, and I found out, so like when you do a show like that, and I've always wondered this because I'm like, well, how do they know who to follow? Because like, you know, Love is Blind, they start with 16 women, 16 men. It's like, how do you know who's going to make it to the end? Like, how would you even know what to film? Because I'm like, you're looking at like, look how many film crews you have, like thousands of hours of footage because you've got 16 dates for X amount of hours per day. Like, how would you know what to follow? They edit it backwards, so like they don't edit anything until they get through the whole thing, and they edit it from the back, the end to the front to the beginning, because then they know how to edit it, so you see the people that end up doing stuff at the end. That makes extreme sense. It makes so much sense. Like, I was just like, it's like this. I'm like, it's got to be that way with every reality show because you would never know. Has to be, and that makes sense to why certain things lined up to. Because it's like, how would you like know to film that? You can't even predict it. You never know. No. And I'm like, I'm like, why did it take me till today to figure that out? You know, it's like, I was 2 years old when. I mean, how many times have you had that? A lot. You know, it's kind of like things you wish you did 10 years ago or knew 10 years ago that you don't know now. And I'm like, oof. Oh, the list is long. Yeah. The list is long. I know what if I could go back 10, 12, 15 years and I appraise my experiences that I've had right now, so don't get me wrong. 10 years ago. Okay, but like, I would have, if I would have known how the economy is now, then I would have stayed put where I was because I already had a 16-acre home and everything. I would have stayed there. It actually would have been completely paid off like 5 years ago. Well, I think the economy is going to do its thing. Right. Stupid, you know, the war or whatever's going on, that some of it needs to be done. Right. Whatever you think. Yep. Anyway, I think things will come full circle, but I feel like I pay way more attention to things now because I feel like it impacts you so much more because you've got children that are going to be adults into the world, bringing, you know, your grandbabies and stuff, and you start figuring out things more like my kids are. My one is like he kind of knows a little bit of
Mhm.
politics. My youngest is like, I don't care, Mom. Stop talking. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm like, at some point you should care, and he's
Right.
just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I don't want to hear about it, whatever. And I'm like, fine, don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Kind of sounds like me when I was young. When I was younger, his age, I didn't know much about much of nothing, and
I'm like, I just go to vote. I don't know why I'm voting for whoever I'm voting for. I'm just gonna pick one.
I didn't even vote that when I was younger. I was just like, yeah, whatever, I'm good, because I just felt like the vote didn't matter.
I just feel like when you're younger, like mid to late 20s into your mid 30s,
Right.
you know, you start kind of figuring life out a little bit where
Yeah.
you're like, you know, it's like when you go to your 10-year reunion, right? Everybody's like, I do this, and I make this much money, and I have this many kids, you know, or whatever, and everybody's like competing, and then you get to your 20-year, and some of them are still that way.
Yep, they
And
are.
the rest of you are like, I really don't care. I don't care where you live. I don't care what your job is. I don't care how much money you make. How are you been? I don't really give a crap about the rest of it.
Yeah.
Then you get older and older like me, because my classmates were talking about having our reunion this year, and I was like, what number did you just say? I was like, come again. I'm like, how is it that much?
Oh crap! Now that you just said that,
Yeah,
oh wow,
30.
mine's gonna
30.
be 30.
Yeah,
soon.
You're like, am I really that old?
I was just picturing, because I was just like, wow, is it like a 25th? Do they do that?
Well, my class did, but we had like 20 people show up out of our 480. So,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. But it's like, don't sweat the small things anymore. I mean, it's just like, you know, if I knew that perimenopause was going to be like it was, I probably would have changed some habits well before
I was
now.
just going to say,
I think they need to educate women in their early 30s on, you need to start watching your diet, you need to add protein, you need to move. And
that's what I've been doing to my girls.
It's not like go to the gym and kill yourself for 3 hours a day, because that is going to do the complete opposite of what it's doing, because it's setting off your stress hormones like cortisol. You're just going to keep gaining weight or not move the scale at all.
Right.
You just need to eat protein, eat your vegetables and your fruit, and go walk. You don't, you know, add some weight training because you need your bones. Right. Why don't they just tell us that when we're 30 years old? And be
Why don't they teach you that in school?
You know, it's like everybody thinks that you're just gonna. You know, I did because like I never had trouble with any of it. Like I was like, well, you know, I'll probably just not have problems with it. And now it's just like this.
I didn't think I was gonna have any problems with it either until I got pregnant with my first child. Yeah. And before getting pregnant with her, they told me because of some losses and stuff that I had PCOS and this and this and this and this with all the other symptoms I had. And I'm like, what the frick? And then I'm like, well, okay, I'm not the chubby PCOS. That sounds like I'm saying piece of shit. It is kind of like that. So anyway, and then I'm like, okay, I'll be good. And then I get pregnant, and then they're like, you need to eat healthy. And I'm like, dude, I can't eat any more freaking carrot sticks. And all of a sudden,
I want to eat it like a rabbit.
Yes. And the magic number, both deliveries, I was 205 each time. Yeah. But then would get back down, and then I moved down here, and I was finally down again. But then the living situation that I was in, it wasn't a bad situation. It was just we were housing with another person for a short bit until we got our own home, and then I was exploring a whole new place because there's restaurants here a lot, and we didn't have our own space to put our groceries. So then I was eating healthy while I was out, but then I would be like, you know what? I am so sick of salads and this and that. I'm gonna eat this, and this, and then and then I just slowly let the PCOS win.
Well, and as you're older, you're not really supposed to do the calorie deficits so much anymore because it's just protein. Like we're talking like 130 grams of protein a day or something like that for a woman. Somewhere. It's literally like a minimum of 30 for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yeah. But you gotta eat like literally put protein in your body like every.
Oh my God! Did you see me jump?
That was my reminder to get Kleenex because I wouldn't remember.
I thought we died. I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness gracious!
One of my towels that go off every day. But yeah, it's like
okay. Sorry, I jumped out of my seat.
What was I talking about?
Oh my God!
I'm gonna do that.
Protein.
Okay. You have to eat protein like every 2 hours because you got to stabilize your blood sugar, right?
Yeah.
Because the blood sugar and the cortisol is actually what most women, why they're gaining, which is your stress hormone, because we're stressed out. And I'm like, yeah, we're stressed out because we're gaining 20 pounds just by thinking about eating something.
See, and that's what happened to me. Like, I'll explain it to people because they don't understand. Yeah. And I'm like, I can literally eat a brownie and probably gain 10 pounds. Yeah. Like, that's how fast it goes.
Well,
that's what
my doctor said the other day, that she said after, like, post-menopause women gain an average of 6 pounds a year after menopause. Oh, God. Because you're just fighting the low estrogen.
So I'm going to be 400 pounds. I need to get
I'm doing the natural route to try to just level out the estrogen, because you never get fully rid of your estrogen. It just drops to that really low level. Right. You just have to adjust your body to it so that you don't. And then once you
see, that's one thing they don't talk about too much, like with me, because I only have one ovary. So I have a lot that's not there. And they don't talk about that as they
don't. They just shove it under the rug.
Right, and I'm just like, okay, well, some of these other people got extra estrogen in me, so I didn't get any facial or anything like that. Luckily, thank God. But I mean, like,
my doctor and I were laughing, so I was like, we just need to like come up with a support group for us poor women who have to go through this stuff. And I said, we should get compensated or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we have to have the babies, we have to go through all of it, and we have to go through all this stuff. And what do the men do? Nothing.
And they don't understand.
Yeah, and they don't understand, and they thought you're crazy. And, you know, the
overreacting.
60% of women, actually 60 plus, I think it's like 63% of women, end up divorced in perimenopause because their husbands can't deal with it. It's crazy. It's a crazy number to me.
That explains.
Because I'm like, most of those women have been married for 20 plus years at that point. It's like, they're like, I'm out.
That explains a lot of divorces we've seen.
Yeah.
Because they're at that age.
Craziness.
The women are.
Yeah. I mean, I think the men just need to be educated more, and there needs to be a way to do that, because they're all just like, I don't know what's wrong with you. And you try
if they're willing to listen to the doctor themselves, like,
well, even then, they just don't quite understand, because the doctors don't explain it either.
Funny thing is, my male doctor explained it really well to my husband.
Right.
And it took 2 different times, but
he'd be like, "Can I video you so I can just post it on like Instagram?"
Right. Yeah, and he was just like, I'm like, you need to explain, because I had 2 different situations happen where he needed to explain me. And I'm just like, wow, he's not listening. He doesn't understand me. He just thinks I'm crazy, and he's just like, you're not crazy. So just bring him in. So like I'm like, okay, you need to go see the doctor. He says you have to come in. I told him that he has to come in. So he's like, fine. I'll go on and see what he says. And he totally respects this doctor that he was going to, because it's his childhood doctor. And he sat him down and explained everything. And he's just like, wow.
I am not making it up in my head.
He's like, so your wife isn't crazy. She is just having a hormonal balance thing of this and that.
We really are crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I think there needs to be a lot more education there. And it's not their fault, but it's not our fault either.
Well, it's because they don't have our body to have to think about that kind of stuff. Or we have to think about that kind of stuff all the time, because we have to balance what we're being given daily. Mm-hmm. Because, like, we were talking about, like, certain smells because of this. Oh, man. You love a certain smell for a while, and then all of a sudden you get that smell back after a month or 2, and you're like, oh, dear God, what the hell is that?
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. You're like, what is that stink? And you're like, people are like, well, you liked it. Oh, God.
Well, this is getting worse, but my nose sure works. It's like you're compensating from one.
I know. It's just like, yeah, no.
It's just the craziness, and the body changes, because you're just like, I mean, my husband doesn't really judge that. I'm the one that's hard on myself right now, because it's like, that's not where I want to be, but I can't seem to stop it right now, so we have to make some changes.
Like summer walks.
Well, at least 3 miles a day. My husband lost 40 pounds eating certain things and walking.
But guys can do that.
They can.
But still, it's motivation.
Yeah.
So I'm not,
you can do it.
Downplaying his thing.
It's just
because he worked really hard, because he was always walking the dogs and stuff.
Yeah, he goes 3 miles a day, and that's on top of any other steps that he took.
So is that outside too, or is that
mostly outside? I hate walking on a treadmill. That's why I'm struggling, because I bought one of those like walking pads.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, one of it's kind of short, so I feel like if I take a full stride, I might fall
off
the back of it. So I was like, I'm gonna be laying here.
So your phone's gonna be like, crash alert, crash. It's gonna. And your husband
We've
be like,
seen
she's here.
Crash Call from Life 360. I'll be like, I played it.
That'd be because when you fell off the thing, you flew it right into the wall.
Ripped off a leg because I'm laying there like,
yeah.
Jesus.
I personally absolutely thought about getting back into jogging / running.
Well, they say not to do that as a woman that age because it can stress your body too much. But I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying ease your way into
I wasn't a hard runner, but I was a jogger. Yeah. So, but I was younger. Mm-hmm. So, maybe how long have I been here? 10, 12 years ago. I'll say 12 years ago now. It's coming on 12 years. 12 years this summer, in my hometown, I was a jogger and speed walker. And that's how I was able to lose a lot of my weight besides just my physical work that I did.
I honestly think that they say that walking is probably better for the women. 40,
probably,
40
right plus, now.
As long as you're doing it, walk at least a decent pace, but you got to walk at least 10,000 steps on top of what you normally do every day. And then you got to eat the protein and watch the.
I got the steps in. I just need the extra steps in.
The processed sugar food stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean once in a while, but
Yeah, I haven't had coffee for like a week, so.
I mean, it is what it is.
I bought this yesterday.
Inflames your gut and all kinds of things, but
and tooties.
It's been a really, really long day, so it's coffee or wine, and if I drink the wine, I'd probably be sleeping already. So I'm a lightweight. My kid was laughing at me the other day because.
That's why we don't have a drink when we go out to eat, because we're both the same. I have not drank in 2 years.
We went out to watch.
I did not have a drink. That was like whatever then, and then before that was another 2 years. Like I'm pretty.
My husband was telling my son that because we went out to watch the hockey game.
Yeah.
At one of the local places here, and it was like we went out early because we didn't know how busy it was going to be.
Right.
So I get this tall of this local brewery's. It's called Blue Raspberry. And it's a sour, but it's super good. And it's a tall glass, so it's like yay big, which is a lot for me. So I'm like, I'm going to get like this much into it and be like, oof. My kid's like, seriously, Mom? You're a lightweight. And I was like, I'm old and I don't drink ever. Like, hardly at all. This is really bad. I was cleaning out my pantry the other day. And
Did you find it? Oh my God.
Ask me how many bottles of wine were in my cabinet because people keep giving them, and I buy ones that I like.
You keep getting gifted and stuff.
Ask me how many I had in there.
So do you look like a housewife drunk?
I'm just like, let me see if I can find the photo. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Holy mother of God. Holy moly.
24 bottles.
Hey, you need a wine.
We have to have a wine drink.
You can have one of those wine coolers now. You know what they have in the basement? You can have like this little wine cellar.
It'd be worth it, right? So I told my husband, I go, he's like, wow, that's a lot.
I thought you gift it.
I do, but
you still get it back?
So I'm like, I want to try.
So you're giving and getting?
Well, for me, it's more like some of them will give it to me.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, I want to try that one. I want to try that one. So then
but those are unopened.
I know. Because if I drank a whole bottle of wine, I would be like...
No, see, that's what happened to me 2 years ago. I bought wine for my clients, and then I was like, I want one too. Well, I'm a lightweight and impatient, so I wanted to have a buzz, and I wasn't getting one. And I was like, wow, this is really weak stuff. So I kept drinking and drinking it, and then I ended up drinking the whole bottle. And then I was like, wow, this still sucks. Like, not, and all of a sudden, boom! And I was like, oh, crawling on the floor. And my husband's like, you're going to puke, aren't you? I'm like, I have not had wine since.
Okay, so funny story. So our football team went to the state championship this year, okay?
Oh, wow.
So we went to the same place to watch it.
Right.
And hang out with some people.
So, oh my God.
My husband tries this thing called a Lunar, which is a THC drink.
Oh boy.
He's never had one before.
Yeah.
You know, and they have like a 5 milligram and a 10 milligram type drink. Okay. Yeah. And he's like, starts with the one. He's like, that's only 5 milligram. I'll get another one. You know, and he's drinking. Okay.
Oh no.
He's like, nah, still not feeling nothing. I don't know what everybody's talking about. Whatever. You know, and we're sitting there, and there's like. 3 minutes left of the fourth quarter of this football game, right?
He forgot what it is.
Well, he had the third one, so total of 25 milligrams of THC.
Right.
For a guy who's never had a THC drink
Right.
before. He's like, nope, not feeling it. So he just pounds it because the game's
Right.
done, right?
Yeah.
And we're just gonna go home, which
Right.
is like less than like I'm about a mile away.
Yeah.
We get home. All of a sudden, he's laying on the couch like this, and he's like, he's like, hello. He's just got this look on his face. It was like
trying to be George Clooney, Brad Pitt, all sexy.
Yeah, just like, and you can just see this look on his face. He's got his eyes closed, and he's just smiling like this. And I was like, I'm drunk because I drank 2 talls, right? I was like, I'm looking over at him, and I just start laughing, and he's like, I close my eyes and I see fireworks. I'm dying because I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah. It's like going, come on. And I'm like, is that why you have this cheesy Chester the cat grin on your face?
That's so funny.
He's literally like this.
Yeah, right.
On the couch.
Did you video?
It's like, I wish I had. Because he doesn't really. I mean, you remember some of that, but
right.
It was like,
oh my god,
the craziest thing. And he's telling everybody about it, and they're like, you drank 25 milligrams?
They're all thinking he's crazy.
They're like, are you nuts? He's talking to a ex-high school teacher of his. He's telling this because she's on one of the committees or something that he's on, and he was telling her about it. And she's like, yeah, you really got to pound those things to get him to work. And he's just looking at her like, because it's awkward when you're talking to a teacher, even if it's like been 30-some years since you've had that teacher, you know. So it's just like,
you're like, how do you know this, Miss Teacher?
Right. It's like the craziest thing, and I'm laughing because I was like,
so note to self:
go slow on the THC.
Right, or pound the one and wait.
Yeah, pound the one first and then wait, for sure. Yeah. He had food and everything on top of him, so I'm like, I would have hated. I'm like, if he had waited like even another 5 minutes, I was like, not sure. We would have had to walk.
You'd have to walk home.
So I was like,
Uber.
Because he's like, I got home, shut the door from the garage, sat down. All of a sudden, it was like, whoosh, and I was like, good thing because I wouldn't have been able to drive.
Probably the cold.
Which is why, because I'm not a big drinker. That's why I have so much wine still. Because I'm just not one. Because I get so tired, and I'm a huge lightweight. I don't like the weird feeling that drunk people get.
I like the relaxed part, like just the very very beginning where you just like chill and relax, and you're like, okay, this is good. And that's when I usually will stop, which doesn't take much. It's like 1 or 2 whatever drinks I have. I'm a hard drinker, liquor drinker, so I usually like just the one. That's all I need, and then I'm like in that, not like your husband's state, but like just I'm just relaxed. I'm like, okay, I can take a nap now. And
I told my husband that he has to start drinking the wine with me because I said I always want to open it and taste it, but I can't drink the whole dang bottle. And then I'm not a big enough drinker where I would drink it.
And does it like expire or what?
Well, you're supposed to drink it within 3 to 5 days, I think, after you open it.
Oh.
Is what I read, because I was like, well, those bottles have been there like 6 months that I opened, and I was like, I'm not drinking those, we'll just dump them out, which seems bad, but I'm one of those, I want to try it, because I'm very picky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big alcohol. That's why I was surprised that I liked that blue raspberry sour from that place. I was like, I can drink this.
I could probably only drink one of those, though, because I'm...
You get heartburn afterwards.
Yeah, I was just... See, like, I love regular margaritas, but, like...
See, I didn't have a margarita for the longest time. I went to one of our local Mexican places, and it was so bad. It was like a $15, $20 drink or something like that, because it was these big cups, and whatever. And they put so much alcohol in it, it was like burnt. My husband's like, oh, drink that. I'm like, it's literally burning as it's going down. I'm like, it doesn't even taste good.
Yeah.
So
I only put Patron in it, too. I won't let them put the cheap tequila in there.
Like, this had like 3 or 4 different shots of something in there. I was like,
gross.
And I just tried to...
There's only one place in town that has as good of margaritas as I did in Vegas at the Paris restaurant that we went to. The Eiffel Tower restaurant. Oh god, those margaritas are just awesome. Smooth.
Funny, like, so when we went to the Ozarks, the Lake of the Ozarks with my husband's sisters and stuff, and you go to these pool bars, you're sitting in this pool for 6 hours. First you eat, and then you go in the pool, and you sit there, and you're drinking. It's freaking hot because you're in Missouri, Missouri.
But sorry,
hot. And all of a sudden, 6 or 7 hours later, and I'm looking at my brother's sister, and she has come home. Like, she doesn't even know how drunk she is. I look over and she's like on the table. All of a sudden, just because she's been bringing these they have the run. What do they call it? Rum runners. So it's like a frozen drink, but it's like a kind of like a margarita and a pina colada or something. They combine together. You know, she just is drinking them, and I was like quite a few, and all of a sudden it was just this whole thing. We just call it Dog Days because that's the name of the place that we were at now. And I'm like, we all need to get Dog Days t-shirts and wear them when we get together again the next time.
Mail hers in advance.
It was one of those where
she probably wasn't feeling it.
She had been overserved, and they clearly knew it. And when she got sick all over the restaurant, the bouncer was like, "You guys need to leave." And I'm like, "Sure, I'll just parade her around all these people, all the way up the stairs where we got to go all the way up over there." As she's literally like, you know,
bring her a garbage can.
Well, right, but it's like we just got it cleaned up, and then she did it again. You know, and they're just like, we were in the bathroom, like, you need to go, and I'm like, I just looked at the guy and I go, so basically, you want me out of here because you overserved her, and I go, if I walk her out of here right now, she's gonna probably vomit all the way up this.
Just let her get it out.
Said, so you just need to wait until she gets her next wind, and then I promise you I will get her out of here. But unless you're gonna physically carry her out of here, hoping that she doesn't vomit the half a mile we gotta walk out of this place, I go, trust me, I don't like it anymore.
And I've never heard anyone never heard of any drinking establishment want you dismissed out of their establishment for throwing up. Like, let them do their business in the bathroom.
Well, and it's like, I mean, we were there a long time, so I mean, it is what it is. But
still,
you know, I mean, they were just trying to do their job. And
thanks, you guys, for listening. Leave your comments below, subscribe, thumbs up, pass around the word, and we'll talk to you guys next time. See you later.
Bye.